What's up, everybody? This week, we're gonna take you to work with us. And for me, that means you're coming to the hospital. And for Mads, well, she'll show you that part. I wake up around 6:30 a.m., which is cutting it close because I have to be at work by 7:15. And after putting my scrubs on, I head to the kitchen where I put way more than the daily dose of almond butter into my overnight oats and make the biggest coffee that my coffee machine will allow. How am I supposed to leave? After overcoming everything inside of me telling me to get back into bed, I head out on my scooter and I'm off to work.
Mom, take me out for a walk, Mom. Good morning. I get to start my day with Bowie. We go for our little walk up the street to the park, and now we're just heading back to have some coffee and get to editing. I guess Talia probably already filled you in a little bit, but today we thought that we wanted to share what a typical day looks like for us while we are working here in the city. As much as we love sharing our adventures and exploring new places with you, we thought that it was important to share some of the in-between times as well. Currently, during the week, we are spending our time working and saving up so we can continue to do what we love to do most. We are so thankful that we have a place here to stay. We've been staying with my brother and his girlfriend.
That's Alyssa?
Really good, really good.
So let's get to it. Tal is probably starting her day at the hospital now, so we might throw it back on over to her, and then I'll see you in a little bit. Have fun at the hospital. Said no one ever. Who says have fun at the hospital?
I work as an inpatient nurse at a cancer hospital. Walking through these doors, I'm gearing up to help people through the toughest time in their lives. Whether a person is here for chemotherapy or radiation, my goal is to make their time here a little less scary and maybe even put a smile on their face. After a quick coffee cheers with my work bestie, I get a report from the night nurses about my patients for the day and start making my rounds. I check the patient's vitals and do a head-to-toe assessment. One of my patients had an irregular heart rate, so I went to grab the ECG machine. They were okay, don't worry. Then, I head into the medication room where I log onto a machine called a Pyxis, which dispenses each patient's medications. Sometimes, if it's an IV medication, I have to mix it myself, which means I have to draw it up and inject it into an IV bag. This is weird, talking in my break room. There's no one here right now, so I will quickly chat. I'm taking breakfast break now. It's 11 o'clock. Today's a good day. It's my third day, so I'm a little tired, but I have great patients. Everyone's lovely. I'm working with good people. That's all you can really ask for. I have a half-hour break now. Is that boring, Mads? I don't know. I'm gonna eat my oats and watch a little Netflix and get back to work. What else do you want to know? I think that's it.
All right, welcome to my office. This is where I sit and spend hours editing. So I'll show you a little bit of what I do behind the scenes here. Tal and I are still both extremely new to this YouTube space, and I'm also very new to editing. So I'm still kind of figuring out my workflow, but I'm going to share a little bit of what I do in my editing process. Well, before editing, we kind of make sure to have an overarching theme when we're filming what we're up to, and then we bring in all of the footage to the computer. I usually look through things first and have an idea of what clips we have. I normally laugh a lot during this process because a lot of it is just Talia being her little funny self.
Red pepper and something delicious.
After I look through all of the clips, I then put them together in the timeline. A tip that I have learned is to actually choose music first, and then I build our story to the music. That's something that I find really helps. And then basically I just spend a whole bunch of time trying to piece things together, and I ask Talia for some help so I can have a second pair of eyes on things. And then eventually, after hours and hours and hours, it's done. So this is what it looks like when I'm editing. Over in this corner are all of the shots that we've brought in. So that's everything we filmed. Up here is where I can preview those shots. Over here looks a little bit hectic, but this is where we piece together the whole story. So this is called the timeline. And then up in this corner is where I can preview what the timeline is playing out to be. And that's all I have to say about that. A big thanks to Incogni for making this week's video possible. With spending all of this time on the computer, I'm starting to think more about how I can protect myself online. Are you ever freaked out when you get advertisements that seem to align exactly with what you were researching the day before? There are thousands of data brokers that are consistently compiling your personal information, like your name, age, address, shopping habits, and selling that information to businesses to be used as they please. It's pretty scary to think that data brokers can use your online patterns to influence and manipulate your thoughts and decisions. There really seems to be no limit with what these companies can do with your personal information. When companies are affected by data breaches, your personal information may be among the leaked data, even if you have never heard of the company. The good news is that you have the right to request that those data brokers delete your personal information and protect your privacy. The bad news is that it would take you years to do it manually. Incogni is here to do the messy work for us and automatically. Incogni helps to protect your privacy and take your personal information off of the market by contacting data brokers and requesting that they delete your personal information. All you have to do is create an account and then grant Incogni the right to do the work for you. Then you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Protect your privacy by clicking the link in our description below, and the first 100 people will get 20% off of Incogni.
I'm finding it really strange and weird to vlog at work, mostly because I can't show you guys 95% of the things I'm doing because it will show any patient information or will show an actual human being. So to protect patient privacy, I can't really show you much, but I guess I'll chat with you a bit about how the day was. Because it was kind of eventful. My friend and I went downstairs to the main floor to grab a coffee, and we heard a code blue. We saw a whole commotion, but there wasn't a lot of people because our hospital actually doesn't have specific code team because it's a cancer hospital. We're kind of like sharing the resources from the hospitals around us. So it was taking a little bit of time for the code team from the hospital next door to come. My friend and I went over, and my friend happens to be really good at putting IVs in, which you need to do immediately when there's a code. So we got right in, and she put it in, and I helped with very minuscule things, but I guess it was good we went for that coffee. And then once the code team came, they took over, and it's like, I mean, I know it's a terrible thing happening, but it's a pretty amazing thing to watch. It's like a well-oiled machine. There's so much chaos, but it's very organized, at least this team was. I don't know much, but I do know he was responsive after, and I hope he's okay. So I hope this was somewhat interesting. It's a gorgeous day outside, and I'm excited to ride the scooter home. It's honestly probably my favorite time of the workday is riding the scooter home and coming home to a dinner made by Mads. It's so nice that she does that. It's honestly, there's nothing better than coming home to a cooked meal and getting in a shower. That's what I'm thinking about for the next hour and 20 minutes, and I'll see you guys there.
We don't have much in the fridge right now, but I love a tomato and mayo sandwich. And pickles and mustard and onion. I'm hoping to finish the video this afternoon before Talia gets home from work. I really don't want her to have to help me when she gets back from work since she's been working all day already. So I gotta get to it. Okay, well, unfortunately the course of my day has changed a little bit. I just knocked the camera that was on a little tripod on the counter over, and it hit the counter, and then the attachment that holds our mic in place broke, so I'm currently holding the mic. I'm going to head off to the camera store and hope that I can figure out how to repair it. Thankfully the camera store is really close. It's like a 10-minute walk, so I'll go see if they can have a look at it, and hopefully they have a solution. Wish me luck. Yippee! Good news! I got the mic fixed. I just needed to replace a little part, and now it's actually a metal part instead of a plastic part, so it's actually an upgrade, and it only cost us $20. Yippee! So happy about that. My day is back on track. Oh, and I also stopped at the grocery store so I could pick up a few things to make Tal and I for dinner tonight. Okay, welcome to this week's edition of Cooking with Madison. Usually it's Tal over here, but you know, we're just gonna make sure we make her proud and double the garlic. I'm a cheese ball. Anyways, we are going to make a Asian-inspired noodle stir fry. So we are starting with the sauce first. I'll show you what we're putting in the sauce. I don't know who we is, it's just me. Coconut oil, it should be sesame oil, but they were all out of sesame oil at the grocery store, TMI. Soy sauce is back there, some vegetable broth, ginger, garlic. I'm gonna cheat a little bit with like an already made stir fry sauce, rice vinegar, and sriracha. So the sauce is done, and now I'm going to move over to chopping up some veggies. I love stir fries because you can just throw in whatever veg you have in the fridge.
Time to go home.
Woo! Looking good.
It's the best time of the day. Hi, honey. All right, I've probably said this like 5 times already, but now it's time for really my favorite time of the day, the shower. Hot shower. Definitely something I miss when we're in the van. Favorite part of the day, number 5.
Kiss your girlfriend time.
Smells incredible. I'm putting so much sriracha all over that. A lot of you have been asking like what we're up to right now, because we're kind of all over the place with where we've been and what we've been doing.
So we wanted to just use this as a quick little conversation to kind of let you know
what we have planned.
So should we start with the first thing?
Yeah, so the first thing is in just a couple of days.
Couple of days, there you go.
Yeah, our 2 friends, Sam and Kelly, who we met down in Baja. We actually met them our first night in Mexico, and we traveled with them the entire time. One last dog walk with the fam. Correction, one last dog walk in Baja.
Yeah.
For the current time.
Yeah.
I don't like saying one
next
last.
time. Yeah.
Until next time.
Okay,
They are just the best.
They're coming here.
They're coming here. It's our first time in Toronto, and we're gonna show them Toronto. We're gonna show them up north Ontario. We're gonna give them a good time.
And then after that, basically right after they leave, we are going to head out in the van to go to the East Coast.
Of Canada.
Yes, to the Canadian East Coast. So Talia's taking a few weeks away from nursing. But anyway, so we're gonna go out east, and we're so excited to be back in the van. And then we also thought it would be fun to talk about kind of
Long term.
yeah, like a long-term goal of ours.
Well, not that long term. Still
yeah,
this
not
year.
that long term, still this year. So this is a bigger kind of trip that we are wanting to do either with our van or potentially with a different vehicle. But we would really like to go to Europe.
We're dying to do van life Europe.
Neither of us have spent any time in Europe. Okay, well, sorry, you have.
Yeah.
But we haven't spent
not too much time.
So the big challenge though with that is Bowie, and he's crying right now because he knows.
He wants to be invited.
Oh,
Here.
hey! What the heck? You read my mind? Ow!
Yeah.
Anyway, so we need to figure out how we can get Bowie to Europe. We would consider flying, but we don't love the idea of Bowie going underneath the plane. So if maybe you have traveled with a dog from North America to Europe, or if you know somebody who's traveled with a dog from
We'd
North
love your
America to
input.
Europe, give us your input. And yeah, we're excited for you to be a part of this like whole process. We want to share all of our planning with you and have you help us make decisions.
Yeah.
And give us your input. Right, Bowie?
Oh.
You want to go to Europe? So yeah, we hope that you enjoyed getting a taste of the kind of in-betweens that you saw today. It was definitely a slower...
You're so needy.
Anyways, I guess we gotta go. And I have to show you the video I've been working on all day. Get the final stamp of approval.
See you next Sunday.
For Adventures with Sam and Kelly.
We love you. Hope we made you smile. I'm a dork.